Welcome back to Sports Talk Now, the go-to television show for everything sports. This is the Pundit speaking, and welcome back from the break. It has been a long break, too long some may say, but don't worry, we're back and we're ready to talk about the sports. Before we continue, I do want to apologize on behalf of my co-host today, Jackie McKenna, for his behavior on last episode. We had to take a break a little longer because of what he's going through. But don't worry, because right after that episode, we went out for a drink, had a couple drinks,
yeah,
and talked about
it was nice.
What's going on with him and the show and how it's impacting the show. And I think we came to an understanding, and now we're back.
First and foremost, I want to apologize to the Sports Talk Now family, and that's something we kind of talked about, that it is a family, and I kind of keep bumping up against these things of me sort of losing it and losing my grasp on what's important here, and what I was able to realize through speaking with the Pundit and speaking with Dr. Nangler is, I'm not in a position to have a girlfriend right now. I loved Coco. She made me feel a lot better about myself. But it's kind of convenient. I realized I didn't need her because she broke up with me after I went out with you. So, good. Like we both got what we wanted.
Right, exactly. And you're back here.
And I promise to never, ever leave the show again, or make a ruckus like that. So I'm sorry.
Thank you for that. For the Sports Talk family out there, we are good, and we can finally put that messiness behind us and get to the show.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, last week we could not get to our BetBall promotions. So this week we will be doing two.
Okay. Yeah.
This episode of Sports Talk Now is brought to you by BetBall, the sports betting app to end all sports betting apps. Sign up now and get $1,000 in free bets. BetBall.
Okay. All right, now the second one.
The second one.
Okay.
This episode of Sports Talk Now is brought to you by BetBall, the sports betting app to end all sports betting apps. Call now and get $1,000 in free bets. BetBall. All right. Glad we can do our service to BetBall.
Yeah.
And we can start that clock.
Rivalry
week. So last week we tried to do Rivalry week.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
I bungled that one. I fumbled.
You fumbled. Good. So that's why we're going to do it again. Rivalry week 2.0. We couldn't get to the center of what made Rivalry so good.
Yeah.
But this week, we will.
I'm in a much more better position to sort of I wasn't really listening last time.
No.
I've been working, I went back to Dr. Nangler. I've been working on my listening skills and so I think I'm ready to take on what you're sharing, because it is a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
And it's sort of, because I said it's sort of a lot and nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's that sort of paradox that makes rivalries so interesting.
But it makes sense. Like, it makes sense.
Of course it does. It's rivalries. And we talked a lot about the invisible tension of rivalries and how you can't really describe what is in that invisibility.
So don't bother. Don't bother to describe it.
No, don't try to. So that's it's sort of crazy.
Yeah, the invisible tension, sort of like the invisible man.
Yep. Sure, you could see it as a man, a ball,
A woman.
a woman, a field, whatever. It doesn't have to be. But don't do that because it's invisible, and you don't need to picture anything.
It's an amorphous blob of tension.
Right, and so when you get on that field or court or rink, and there's two teams like Red Sox, Yankees. Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, which we'll get to later. You feel that tension, and it increases the stakes, and that's something I wanted to talk about last week, which I could not.
Yes.
Because sports games have stakes, and what are stakes? It's what makes the game important, what is at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's two teams or two players that don't like each other, then the winner wins a lot damn more.
What now? Can I? Okay. Now can I ask you? Sometimes can players be blinded by a rivalry? Does it get the best of them when they're less focused on winning the game and more about defeating their opponent? And those are not the same thing necessarily.
No, and I'm glad that you bring that up, because when you are in a rivalry with someone, it can fuel you. It can drive you to play better in some circumstances. But in others, it can throw you off your game.
Great. That's great.
It's great. And that's why I love Rivalry Week. And I think you understand now.
Yeah. I'm gonna mark it on my calendar next year.
Yeah.
If anything, we're kind of lucky. Last week was a divergent, but we're kind of lucky that we got to have 2 rivalry weeks.
You don't get 2 rivalry weeks every year.
And I think we might have to do that from now on. I think the fans are gonna want it.
They may, but if we get it right the first time, I don't know if there's a reason.
You're right.
To do it twice.
You're right. What's your favorite rivalry?
So it's hard. It's hard to say.
I don't know why. I don't know why I even asked that. That's not what rivalry week's about.
It's a crazy question, and it's a bad question.
It really is.
It's not a good question because you don't want to pick. Just like you don't want to pick your favorite teams in sports, because you can't appreciate the whole sport when you do. You can't choose your favorite rivalry, or you're just gonna watch that one rivalry.
Yeah.
Suppose there are 2 rivalries on the same night, and then you have to pick one because you like that one more? No.
I wouldn't wish that on my own worst enemy.
No, you wouldn't, because it's a sort of hell that I wouldn't want to be in.
Oh.
Okay, damn. Rivalry week, it goes fast.
It does.
It goes fast
when you're having fun. So we've reached our buzzer beaters. If you don't mind, can I go first?
Well, you had one in your pocket last week.
Oh, and is
it the same one?
No. You know what? I cede my buzzer beater time to your video.
Oh.
So we can get the proper. No one cares about the buzzer beater anyway.
Well, they do. They care about the buzzer beater. But you're right. It is rivalry week, and thanks for reminding me, because today, no buzzer beater. Sorry again.
It's okay.
But we can finally really appreciate the documentary that I put together. So what do you say we pull that up?
Go ahead, grab it. Go get your computer.
There it is.
I'm excited.
Okay. So it's
Larry and Michael.
And we did post it last week, but
we've gotten some great responses to it.
Yeah. All right, so we just go to YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to sports.
Can you click on that?
What the fuck? What the hell is that?
Is that Job?
Oh my god.
What's he doing? Did you know about this?